Hey, Rico, tonight our Animal Investigations Unit is shining a light on the dark lives of beautiful greyhounds who may be racing to their deaths. An astonishing report in the Miami Herald says 74 greyhounds have died on Florida racetracks since May of last year. On average, that would be one every 3 days. These stats just coming out now because a new Florida law demands owners report whenever a dog dies at a track. Critics claim these days are often the tragic end to a tortured life. The group Grey 2K just released this very unsettling video of greyhound racing. You can see it here. Dogs colliding, collapsing. They say some of the animals you're looking at here died. Straight out to Carrie Teal of Grey 2K USA. You just released a big report. What are your key complaints against greyhound racing, Carrie?
Look, greyhound racing is cruel and inhumane. Thousands of greyhounds in this industry endure lives of confinement. They suffer serious injuries. Female greyhounds are given anabolic steroids to prevent them from going into heat. You know, this is an industry that puts their profits ahead of animal welfare, and that's why we're fighting not only to reform this industry, but also to prohibit it.
The Greyhound Council, the American Greyhound Council, which manages greyhound welfare, safety, adoption of the racing industry, represents breeders, kennel operators, tracks. They responded to these allegations, saying over the past decade, the industry has made significant progress in reducing greyhound injuries. You can look at their entire statement on our website and Facebook. Randy Kay, AC 360 correspondent, you were moved by the story we did yesterday because your family rescued a greyhound, and we've actually got some pictures of the greyhound your family rescued from this industry. Tell us what the animal was like, Prince, when you rescued him. There he is.
Well, hi there, Jane. I mean, Prince was amazing, you know, but we rescued him. My sister actually rescued him, and then she ended up giving him to us, but she rescued him from one of these rescue groups. And he was really skittish. He was really nervous around men, especially. So that might speak to how he was treated by his handlers when he was racing. He was just so nervous about everything. But, you know, he's really a gentle giant. And when I saw your report last night, I was so moved by it because I think a lot of people don't realize these dogs make better pets than they do racers. I mean, he was so sweet. He would lean into us, you know, when he eventually got comfortable with us, he would try and hug us. He would literally try and wrap his body around us. We had a Jack Russell at the time and a cat. He got along with everybody. He used to sleep in our bed every single night. He insisted on sleeping in our bed. He was 100 pounds, Jane, so he would still insist on sleeping in our bed. But, you know, his teeth would chatter, and that's when he knew that was a sign of a very special, very happy moment for him. But, you know, I think he still had nightmares. I mean, he didn't even know how to walk up and down the steps. They don't teach them these kinds of things. My husband had to carry him up and down the staircase in our house for a while. But he would sleep, and he would have these nightmares where his paws would go like, you know, almost as if he was still racing in his sleep. He was having nightmares or dreams from what it was like on the track. But he was just an absolute angel, and we still miss him.
Well, thank you for sharing your story. If you're interested in this issue, please go to our Facebook page. And also, there's this group, Grey 2K USA. And Carrie Teal, we've been talking to you. I know you held this big news conference. You have a 91-page report. The bottom line is that, you know, the industry says fewer than 0.5% of all racing starts result in injuries. But
Sure.
It's the whole concept of racing dogs. This is something I have an issue with, using these dogs to bet on and to race. We've got a few seconds.
Sure. Well, look, the facts are very clear about this industry, and that's why it's been prohibited in state after state. It's why dog racing only exists now in 7 states, and even in those states, it's ending.
We're out of time, but look at it. The picture tells the story. Nancy's next.